Hi friends, welcome. My name is Tennessee. This is your week 4 of 4, working into your Eka Pada Koundinyasana, so your hurdler's pose or flying splits, whatever you want to call it. But I want to take a minute first before we get started to thank you guys for showing up. Always, thank you for subscribing, thank you for your comments, thank you for your likes. I truly appreciate it. I hope to bring you more content into 2023 that helps you get deeper into your yoga practice, some more breath work, some more energy healing as well. Now with that said, let's get started into our practice today. So I've already got week 1 to week 2, week 3 already posted. If you haven't done week 1 or 2 or 3, I suggest you go back, maybe try those. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to start here in week 4 and flow your way into it. This is for all levels, all bodies. So take your breaks, take water, do whatever you need for your body. I want you to listen in, really focus on what you need. I'm just here to guide you through. Now with that said, I always start my classes with the chakra clearing. If you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine and then work their way up through the crown of your head. So I just want you to check in, notice what feels good, notice if any discomforts. Get out of your head, get into your body, whether that be through the posture or your breath. So today we're going to start on our backs in a Supta Baddha Konasana. So come all the way down, bring the soles of your feet together, your knees out wide. Now if you have blocks, you are more than welcome to use your blocks today. If you have a strap, you are welcome to use your strap. If you don't have blocks around the house, you're more than welcome to grab books, or you can bring our sturdy pillows, anything that helps elevate the earth up to you to kind of provide that support. Now slowly work your way all the way onto your back. You can place your blocks underneath your knees. You can place them up into your hips. You can always bring your knees into your midline, tailbone down. You can always lay in a Shavasana as well if that feels better. You're going to be here for the first few minutes of class, so just make yourself as comfortable as you can. And we'll get started. Now go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. See if you can surrender a little bit further into your body, onto your mat. Checking in with releasing any tension through your head, your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, your low back, your knees, your ankles, and your feet. Now this time, inhale through your nose. Find a constriction in the back of your throat and then exhale through your nose. This is your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhaling through your nose and then exhaling through your nose. See if you can make your inhale the same length as it is your exhale with the same intensity. I want you to carry this breath throughout your practice today, through each posture, through each movement as we go through. Now just start to clear your mind. Bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to the base of your spine, to your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space, your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Just check in. Notice what feels good. Notice of any sensations. Notice of any discomfort. Now slowly draw the energy up into your second chakra, the space below your belly button, your sacral. Your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality. Now gently pull the energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus, your I do space. This is what drives you, where your confidence, your worthiness, your power all come from. And now slowly start to bring the energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, your space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. Now gently guide the energy up into your fifth chakra, your throat. Your I speak space, your space of communication, your truth. Slowly guide the energy into your sixth chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your I see space, your space of intuition, your third eye. And then finally take your focus, your energy, your awareness all the way above your head to your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, your path to enlightenment. I want you to draw the energy all the way down to the base of your spine And then inhale it through the 7 chakras through the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy, your awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, let that go. Nice work, guys. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Hug your knees up into your chest. You can circle your knees opposite one another in and out. Release the tension through your low back, through your hips. Just breathe here. And now slowly plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Take your left ankle on top of your right knees. Left ankle on top of right. Find the reclined figure 4. Go ahead and hug your right knee up into your chest. You can flex your left toes back towards your shin. Push your left knee forward. You can relax your right foot. Extend your spine. Try not to constrict your breathing. Good. Exhale, slowly release your hands. Bring your arms out to a T. Just find a supine twist over to the right side of your mat. So take the sole of your left foot over to the right side. It's okay if your knee is lifted. And then take your gaze left. Work to keep your shoulders grounding. We're just slowly warming up the body, warming up the back of warming up your back, warming up your spine. Inhale, slowly bring everything back into your midline. Extend your left leg long to the top of your mat. Hug your right knee back up into your chest. Find Ardha Appanasana, halfway relieving pose. Take your knee outside your ribcage, back up into your shoulder. Now, option to take your left hand on top of your left thigh, press down your thigh to keep grounding through your left hip. You can also just bend your knee, plant the sole of your foot down if that feels better. Inhale, half happy baby. Send the sole of your right foot up to the ceiling. Now, if this is too much, you can always grab underneath your thigh, press down that way. Draw your knee back and down as you plug your shoulder blade back and down as well. Good, now just hug your right knee in, slowly bend your left knee, place the sole of your left foot down, and take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Find the reclined figure 4. Hug your left knee up and in. You can flex your right toes back, push your right knee forward. Just relax your left foot. Exhale, supine twist over to your left. Take the sole of your right foot down to the left side of your mat. It's okay if your knee is lifted. Take your gaze right. Work to keep your shoulders grounded. Inhale, slowly bring it back to your midline. Now this time, extend your right leg long to the top of your mat. Hug your left knee up and in, Ardha Appanasana. Halfway relieving pose, reach for opposite elbows for a deeper compression. Grounding through your right hip. Option to place your right hand to your hip and press down your thigh. Option to bend your knee. Inhale, half happy baby. Send the sole of your left foot up as you draw your knee down. Plug your shoulder blade back and down. Exhale, slowly release your left leg long to the top of your mat. Inhale, use your core as you hug both knees back up into your chest, working into Appanasana, full wind relieving pose. Give yourself a big hug, reach for opposite elbows for a deeper compression. And now slowly rock and roll front to back, the length of your mat. Cross at your ankles, and then work your way into your tabletop. So cross at your ankles, send your feet back behind. Stack your shoulders to your wrists, your hips in line with your knees, belly button pulls into spine. Now, option to ground through the tops of your feet, option to tuck your toes under. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up, bellies down. Exhale, cat, tuck in, round up, dome up through your shoulder blades, pull your hip bones up to your rib cage. Maybe add some movement side to side, left to right. Maybe find your barrel rolls. Do what feels good for you in your body. Inhaling cow pose, gaze up, bellies down. Can you open up through your throat a little further, broaden through your collarbones. Exhale for cat, tuck in, dome up. Let's do one more round. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up, bellies down. Exhale, cat, tuck in, dome up. Now Slowly work your way back to your neutral spine. Now extend your right leg long behind you. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Push your heel up and down for 4, 3, 2. Hold it lifted at the top and 1. Reach your left arm forward, palm face in, thumb is up. Inhale, lengthen, lift and reach. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and hold. Don't look through your shoulder blades. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Let's do one more here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Now slowly work your way back to your tabletop and just switch it out. Reach your left leg long behind, flex your toes back towards your shin, and find the pulse, lift and lower. Keep your left hip bone pointing down towards your mat. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it lifted at the top and 1. Reach your right arm forward, palm face in, thumb is up. Inhale, lengthen, lift and reach. Exhale, elbow to your knee and hold. Inhale, lengthen, extend. Exhale, bring it in. One more here. Exhale, draw it in. Work your way back to your tabletop. Now just tuck your toes under, lift your tailbone high, find your downward facing dog, your Adho Mukha Svanasana, first down dog of your class. Feet are about hip width distance. Take your gaze in between your feet, torso to your thighs. Now this is your first down dog of your class. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Spread your fingers wide. Wrap your triceps towards your ears. Find an external rotation through your inner thighs. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, roll into your high plank and hold. Stack your shoulders to your wrists, hips in line with your shoulders, bellies draw in. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's do that again. Inhale, come back up onto your tippy toes, roll into your high plank, lower all the way down to your bellies. Hug your elbows into your side bodies, untuck your toes, round through the tops of your feet. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Lift your chest up, hug your elbows back, shoulders melt away. Exhale, slowly lower. Now tuck your toes under, lift your tailbone high, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your gaze to the top of your mat, walk your feet to meet your hands, Uttanasana forward fold. Ragdoll pose, reach for opposite elbows, sway your bodies left to right. Maybe nod your head yes or no. Release the tension to your head, your neck, and your jaw. Bend your knees as much as you need. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands down towards your mat. Heel toe your toes together. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Belly button pulls into spine. Shoulders melt away. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, lower your hands down to your heart center. Inhale, exhale, Tadasana. Good work, guys. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms sweep up. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale, half moon over to your right or your side bend. So you want them to turn and face you guys. So you want to keep your hips in one line. Reach your arms all the way over to your right. Squeeze your biceps towards your ears. Activate through your glutes, through your inner thigh. Turn back to the top. Inhale, slowly bring everything back into your midline. Exhale, take it over to your left side. Inhale, bring everything back into your midline. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to your high plank. Lower down halfway. So hug your elbows into your side bodies. Stack your elbows to your wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees and hips lift up off your mat. Arms are straight. Your gaze is ahead of you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe, let it go. Find your breath. Now we're gonna flow through that a little quicker. Take your gaze to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, bring your palms to touch. Find the side bend over to your right. Inhale, bring it back through your midline. Exhale, side bend over to your left. Inhale, bring it back through your midline. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe, let it go. Pedal out your feet, add any movement you need. Now take your gaze back to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs, tailbone draws back, bellies in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Now check your knees, make sure they're behind your big toes. So if your knees are pulling forward, send your hips back and down. Squeeze your inner thighs together, arms are strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips. Keep your shoulders square to the top of your mat. Feel the stretch through your right side. Breathe here. Now just square your hips, straighten out your right leg. Toe tap to the outside of your right wrist. Shift your weight forward. Tap your big toe. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, warrior one. Step to the inside of your right hinge. Your back foot steps into a 45, ground through the blade of your back foot. Front knee stacks to your right ankle. Hip shoulders are square to the top of your mat. Your arms are strong. Exhale, plant down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, shoulders are square. Feel that stretch. Exhale, square your hips, straighten out your left leg. Toe tap to the outside of your left wrist. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, warrior one. Step to the inside of your left hand, your back foot steps in. Ground through the blade of your back foot, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Exhale, plant down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, let it go. Find your breath. Check back in with your body. Now we're going to flow through that breath to move it a little quicker. Take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step bridge up, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, play it down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Square your hips, straighten out your right leg. Toe tap to the outside of your right wrist. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, warrior one. Back foot's grounded, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Exhale, plant down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Square your hips, straighten out your left leg. Toe tap to the outside of your left wrist. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, warrior one. Back foot's grounded, front knee stacks, arms sweep up. Exhale, plant it down, send it back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now come all the way down to a child's pose. Bring your knees out wide, toes to touch behind, draw your third eye down. Breathe, let that go. Stretch it out. Nice work, guys. Breathe here. I'll give you one more breath. Plant your hands down to the top of your mat. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Lift your forearms up. So grip your mat like you're gripping a basketball. Now, find your child's pose push-ups. We're gonna roll forward, tuck your pelvis under, keep grounding through the tops of your feet. Shoulders stacked to elbows, elbows to wrists. Exhale, lower down to a hover. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, send it back. Keep it going here. Hug your elbows into your side bodies as you lower down to a hover. This is the proper form of a Chaturanga Dandasana in the upper body. You also need that upper body strength working into your arm balance. You've got 4, 3, 2. Give me one more. Can you hold it down to your hover? And 1. Pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Send it back. Woo. Bring your palms to touch, knuckles of your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Let that go. One more breath. Go ahead and plant your hands down to the top of your mat. Tuck your toes, tailbone lifts. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, low lunge. Step to the inside of your right hand. Now, lift through your back leg. Frame your front foot with both hands. Shift forward and back with the ball of your left for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold forward. Lower your back knee down. Find a dragon lunge. Plant both hands to the inside of your right foot. Untuck your back toes. Keep hugging your right knee into your shoulder. Keep drawing your hips down and forward. Now, option to take blocks underneath your hands to bring the ground up. Option to come down to your forearms. Option to place a block underneath your back knee. That feels better. Wherever you need that support, stay here. Breathe. One more breath. Then everybody plant your hands down inside your right foot. Lift your torso. Exhale, twisted dragon. Heel toe your right foot out to a 45. Now gently press your knee out as you take your gaze up over your right shoulder. Keep pulling your hips down and forward. Chest is lifted. Take your gaze up over your right shoulder. Option for the King Arthur stretch. If that's in your practice, you can reach your right hand back to the outside blade of your left foot and pull your heel up into your glute. Keep pulling your hips down and forward. You can still take a block underneath your left hand to bring the ground up if that feels better. Underneath your back knee as well. Give me one more breath. Exhale, release your back foot. Heel toe your front foot to the middle of your mat. Find your half split. So hips in, your hips back to stack. Flex your toes towards your shin. Lead your torso to the top of your thigh. Feel that stretch through your hammy tie-in. Breathe here. One more breath. Good, now everybody tuck your back toes under, ground through your right foot, frame your front foot with both hands. Inhale, exhale, standing split. Send your left heel high to the sky. Walk your hands further back to frame your front foot. Option for the bind. Take your hand to your calf, forehead closer in. Keep sending your left heel high. One more breath. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Go ahead and ground through the blade of your back foot. Work for the heel to heel arch alignment. Your front knee stacks to your right ankle. Your arms are strong. Now take your gaze down your front middle fingers. Sink 2 more inches into your front thigh. Find that external rotation in your upper thigh. Breathe here, one more breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior two. Reach your right arm up and back, left arm down. Exhale, Trikonasana. Straighten out your right leg as you cartwheel your right hip to the inside of your calf. Work your shoulders back to stack. Lift up with the external opening, so create space here. Try not to dump down. Try not to dump into your left shoulder either. So your left shoulder, if it's pulling in your midline, open it back up, work it to stack and lift. One more breath. Nice work, guys. Exhale, wide forward fold to the side edge of your mat. Just turn your right toes in. Walk your hand shoulder width distance in between your feet, torso to your thighs, crowning your head down. You can take your stance as wide as you need to here. So don't be afraid of that. And then work the crown of your head further down. Reach your arms back behind. Maybe you need a bind, a twist, whatever you need here. Inhale to lengthen, exhale deepen. Good, give me one more breath. Now everybody, walk your hands back to the side edge of your mat. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Find your way back to your low lunge. This time, plant both hands to the inside of your right foot. Keep hugging your right knee in. Stay lifted through your back leg. So stack your back heel to your foot, to the ball of your back foot. Now, option to stay here, working into modified Eka Pada Koundinyasana. You can drop your right shoulder inside your right knee. Place your right hand back behind, palm face down. You can tense your palm. Otherwise, work into both arms reaching back and find the hover, find the balance. Lifting up with the core. So belly button pulls into spine, active through your low belly. Find your balance, find your control. One more breath. Exhale, plant both hands down, send it back to your high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward downward cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And let your feet lift and go. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, low lunge, steps the inside of your left hand. Shift forward and back with the ball of your right. For 4, 3, 2, push forward and hold, and 1. Plant both hands to the inside of your left foot. Draw your back knee, your dragon lunge, and tuck your back toes. Keep pulling your hips down and forward. Option to stay lifted. Option to come all the way down to your forearms. Option for your block. Place underneath your hands. Again, underneath your forearms, third eye, wherever you need that. Now, find your breath. Keep hugging your left knee into your left shoulder. Keep pulling your hips down and forward. One more here. Good. Everybody plant your hands back to the inside of your left foot. Lift your torso. Exhale, twisted dragon. Heel toe your left foot out to a 45. Come onto the blade of your left foot as you gently press your knee out. Take your gaze up over your left shoulder. Option to stay here. Option for the King Arthur. Reach back up the outside blade of your right foot with your left hand. Keep drawing your hips down and forward. One more breath. Exhale, release your back foot. Heel toe your front foot to the middle of your mat. Find your half splits. Send your hips back to stack. Now flex your toes towards your shin. Lead your torso to the top of your thigh. Feel that stretch through your hammy tie-in. One more breath. Everybody tuck your back toes under, ground through your left foot, frame your front foot with both hands. Inhale, exhale, standing splits. Send your right heel high, walk your hands further back. Option for the bind, left hand and calf, forehead closer in. 5 forward. Give me one more breath. Exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Ground through the blade of your back foot, cartwheel your hands open, sink into your front thigh. Work for the heel to arch alignment, gaze down your front middle finger. Inhale, reverse your warrior 2. Reach your left arm up and back, right arm down. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle. Cartwheel your left hand to the inside of your left calf as you straighten out your left leg. Work your shoulders back to stack. I don't care that you touch the ground here. Usually when you touch the ground, you dump down. So lift and lengthen, stack your shoulders, stack the hips. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, wide forward fold to the side edge of your mat, Reiki Master Teacher. Take your stance as wide as you need. Now again, option for twists, option for your binds, option for your tripod headstand, wherever you are, wherever you need. Breathe. Good, we have one more breath here. Now everybody walk your hands back to the side edge of your mat. Take your gaze to the top of your mat. Crawl your way forward, dragon lunge. Keep your back leg lifted. So stack your heel to the ball of your back foot. Now work your way into modified Eka Pada Koundinyasana. You have options. Drop your left shoulder. Send your left hand back behind. Palm face down, tense your palm. Or go ahead and work for your hover, bringing both arms back behind, active through your core. Whew, lifting up through the back heel. Give me one more breath. Find your balance. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Send it back, lower down. Inhale, upward downward cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let that go. Pedal out your feet. Breathe. Now this time, come up onto your tippy toes, roll forward into your high plank. Hold it here. Bring your right knee up to your right tricep. Step back. Left knee up to your left tricep. Step it back. Working through the external obliques. Breathe. Give me 4, 3, 2. Hold your high plank. And 1. Slowly lower all the way down to your bellies. Untuck your toes, ground through the tops of your feet. Working into our scorpion chest stretch. Keep your left hand planted underneath your left shoulder. Extend your right arm out to your right side, palm face down. Keep your wrist in line with your right shoulder. Now send the sole of your left foot up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll over to the right side of your mat. Take the sole of your left foot to the right side. Relax your head, your neck, and your jaw. Now option to keep one knee bent. You can bend both knees. You can extend both legs. You can work for a bind, taking your left hand to the small of your back or to your wrist if you've got it. Just breathe. Slow your breathing. Find those deep belly breaths. Inhale, slowly bring everything back into your midline. This time switch it out. Right hand underneath your right shoulder. Extend your left arm out to your left side. Send the sole of your right foot up. Roll over to your left. Relax your head, your neck, and your jaw. Inhale, slowly bring everything back into your midline. Now this time, bring your chin down to the middle of your mat, both arms out to a T. Bring your big toes to touch behind. Keep grounding through your hip bones in the soft part of your belly. Prepare for locust pose. So on your inhale, lift your head, your chest, your hands, and feet up off your mat. Inhale, lift everything up. Take your gaze to the edge of your mat. Keep lifting up, extending through the crown of your head. Exhale, bound locust. Interlace your hands to the small of your back. You can take your feet about hip width distance. Keep lifting up. Breathe. Exhale, Dhanurasana, bow pose. Bend your knees. Grab the outside blades of your feet. Kick your feet into your hands first. Keep your knees hip width distance. Keep lifting and reaching. One more breath. Exhale, slowly release. Whew. Release your hands or your feet. Find those windshield wipers left to right. Let it go. Nice work. One more breath. Almost there. Go ahead and plant your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, tailbone lifts, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, guys, working into our peak pose, Eka Pada Koundinyasana B. Hurdlers or standing or flying splits. Now again, you have your options. You can always go back to your modified Eka Pada Koundinyasana. You can always come into bringing your knees up as high as you can to your triceps, alternating, working your way back to your downward dog. Otherwise, let's go into it. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Bring your knee up as high as you can to your triceps. Hug your left elbow in, shift and lift up. Use your core. Exhale, send it back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, let that go. Whew. Man, it's harder to cue it as you go into it than it is just to go into it. Find your breath. All right, we're gonna take it to our left side. Again, you have your options, working into modified or knees to triceps, working your knees up as high as you can to your triceps or to your shoulders. Otherwise, let's flow. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips. Shift forward, bring your knee up as high as you can. Hug your right elbow into your side body, extend your left, gaze to your left foot, shift and lift forward. Woo. Don't kick up, shift and lift. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Woo. Nice work, guys, let that go. Go ahead and take your gaze to the top of your mat. Cross at your ankles, find a seated position, Dandasana. Legs straight out in front of you. Your belly button pulls into spine, ground through your sitting bones. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Let that go. This year, I want you to bring in the celebration of the small victories. So wherever you're at in your practice, doesn't matter if you make it into the full expression or not, celebrate that you showed up. Maybe you started here with touching your toes. Maybe you can bend your knees, and now you can grab the ankles or the outside blades of your feet. And then work to extend or straighten out your legs as you reach for the top of your feet. That's a victory. That's a huge victory. So just breathe into it, lean into it, and offer yourself grace. Give me one more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees out wide. Interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, lengthen, lift, reach. Exhale, slowly lower down. The same goes for your arm balances. Wherever you're at, celebrate it. You're getting stronger and stronger, whether you know it or not. Your body has an inner healing intelligence about you. So your body is pretty smart in knowing what it can handle and what it cannot. So trust yourself. Sometimes we think we can't do arm balances, so we just don't try. When we work into the arm balances and we actually figure out the muscle memory, then they become easier and they become achievable. That's what you want. You have one more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Exhale, just go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, lower all the way down to your backs. Now work your way into a happy baby. Send the soles of your feet up, draw your knees down, plug your shoulder blades back and down. You can rock side to side, left to right, make your baby happy. Maybe find a leg extension alternating. So extend one leg, bring it back in, extend the other. Or just stay where you're at. Go ahead and plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Your knees are up. Round through all four corners of your feet. Bring your heels as close as you can into your sitting bones. Now you can place your hands outside your hips. Working our way into bridge pose, Satyabandha Sarvangasana. So plant your hands down, lift your hips high, active through your glutes, active through your hamstrings. Option down bridge, interlace your hands to the small of your back. Roll your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades. Option for full wheel if that's in your practice. Breathe. Exhale, slowly come all the way back down onto your backs. Keep your knees bent, find windshield wipers left to right. And then allow your knees to fall and stagger to the right side of your mat. So your right knee will be outside your mat, your left knee will be in your midline. Option to take your right ankle on top of your left knee, press further down. You should feel that stretch through your psoas, through your hip flexor. Go ahead and bring your arms out to a T, and then take your gaze left. Inhale, slowly bring everything back into your midline. Find the windshield wipers left to right one more time. And then draw both knees over to your left side. Work for the stagger. Otherwise, you can stack your knee. And then place your left ankle on top of your right. Press further down for that stretch. Gaze over to your right hand. Inhale, bring everything back in. This time, just extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Find your legs up the wall pose. So you surrender into your upper body. You can relax your feet and bend your knees as much as you need. Just allow the blood to drain down into your torso. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest or digest. Also doing deep belly breathing activates your parasympathetic. When we do our shallow breathing, or when we work out, we do that shallow breathing, that is activating your sympathetic. So your fight, flight, or freeze. So you always want to counterbalance with the parasympathetic or your deep belly breaths or legs at the wall. Always good to do if you have anxiety or stress. Option is stay here. Other option, just lower your heels all the way down to the top of your mat. Use your core for control. Once your heels are down to the top of your mat, find yourself a good morning stretch. Inhale, reach your arms all the way above your head. Point your toes. Feel that stretch through your front side body. Breathe in, hold at the top. Audible exhale, release. Allow your hands to fall out to the side, palms face up to receive. Close your eyes. Come into your final Shavasana. Option to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring life back into your bodies. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let it go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. Good. Now slowly work your way into a fetal position, either on your right or your left side. Your right side is your masculine energy, and your left side is your feminine energy. So your right side is your sun energy, your Pingala. Your left is your moon energy, or your Ida. Now slowly work your way up to an easy seated pose, just crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way above your head. Take all that good energy, bring it down into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And then exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.